Hello, Bay Ridge. Welcome to another edition of After Hours. Today, I want to talk about an idea known as every member ministry, that all of us are called to be engaged in the ministry, the work of God's kingdom. On Sunday, I talked about commissioned, that we've all been given the Great Commission and we are all part of it. And I was, of course, tying that in because we had a few mids that are going to be graduating this week and receiving their commission from here at the church. But it's a really important concept. And it reminds me, as I was thinking about it, thinking back to the fact that when I got commissioned and went into the Marine Corps had a phrase that every Marine a rifleman. And what they meant by that, that's a little bit distinct for the Marine Corps, is they were saying it does not matter what you are. It doesn't matter if you are a rifleman, if you are a pilot, if you are an artillery officer or enlisted man, if you are a dispersing officer, a public affairs officer, whatever you are first and foremost a rifleman. And so, for example, when I graduated from the Naval Academy, and we went down to Quantico, and you go through the basic school, there were even lawyers who were there going through the basic school, and they were learning the basic operations of what it meant to be a Marine. And the reason that this is important for us is because every one of us as Christians have many unique individual callings. Some people here have different jobs or are housewives, or some of us are now retired and we're giving ourselves to various callings within work, within family, within our communities and neighborhoods. And those are all varied and they are incredibly important. They're how we're fulfilling what God is calling us to do. But underneath that, just as every Marine is a rifleman underneath whatever occupational specialty they have, so every Christian is commissioned and to be part of the Great Commission given to the church of making disciples. And that means there's basically two parts, that no matter what else we're called to do in life, we are called to reach out with the gospel to those who don't know Jesus, and we are called to help other believers grow up in their faith, become more mature, become better, more effective disciples of Jesus Christ. And it's essential for us to grasp this. And I want to encourage you, do not let either a bad theology or fear steal that away from you. The bad theology is that sometimes, well, that's really just for a few other people. You know, pastors do that or missionaries do that, but I'm called to be working here at this particular office. Well, it is true you may be called to work there, but it's not just true that it's for pastors and missionaries. You too are called to reach out with the gospel, and you too are called to help make disciples. So a bad theology can undermine that, but sometimes it's just good old-fashioned fear. We're afraid, well, what will people say if I do this? Or am I really qualified to help other people? What if I say this and other believers don't understand? But I want to encourage you that the exact opposite is true. Life is an adventure if you understand that every day the living sovereign God, Jesus Christ, who rules and reigns over all things, is wanting to work in and through you to reach out to those who do not yet know him and to also help those who do know him be encouraged in their faith and strengthened. So it is a real adventure to be used by God to lead others to Christ and to help others grow in their faith. So I want to encourage you this week, take this as an encouragement to look for opportunities to pray for your friends, to reach out to them, to your family, to your coworkers, and help show them who Jesus Christ is as you share the gospel with them. But also get involved in a small group. Be strengthened in your own faith to be a disciple and to help other people grow in their faith. Each of us have ways that God's working in our lives that are encouraging and helpful to others. So as you get involved in a small group and you're building relationships with others, you're actually being part of that commission. And then we're looking for ways to serve each other inside and outside of the church. And when we do that, life really is an adventure, because just as every Marine is a rifleman, so every believer is part of the Great Commission. Every church member is part of the ministry and the life of the local church. I hope you have a great week. I look forward to us gathering to worship God again this Sunday. God bless.